Very hard when you're in that position, very hard. And also from the outside in, you have your friends looking, you have the family looking, you have social media looking. So you're like, oh, fuck, do I like continue the facade or do I like, fuck it? What other people think, regardless of who they are, should be the least of your worries. Because you're the one that wakes up in bed with you, you're the one that looks in the mirror, and you're the one that has to feel what you feel and experience what you experience. So seeing that club owner and seeing that Indian dude touching my fiance, I thought, fuck, this isn't worth it. And she is there because she's afraid of my short temper. And then she eventually sat down with me and put on her dress, God bless her. And I said, you know how you're afraid of me snapping? And I used to snap about the smallest shit, like spilt milk syndrome, for example. I said, yeah.
Yep.
Do you think if I was ever going to snap, it would be fucking right now? She's like, yeah. I said, I have nothing more to prove to you. Because what I wanted to do was step back for 30 days, not fuck around and not do whatever, although I could, like, doesn't really matter. But just not have to wait until 2 a.m. to get that text from her saying, hey, I'm home safe, because she's in a dangerous city and I worry about her. Not having to sit there thinking, yeah, one who's touching her ass for $4. Yeah. But it's too late. I've committed so far into a path where both paths will be hard now. She said to me, I want you to stop being angry. Stop. She said to me, I want you to stop using hard drugs, whether it's for work or pleasure or otherwise. Stop. Lumped into the wrong account. That's good. Anyway, back this up. So I thought, these are the things you've done for her. What's she doing for you? I mean, she's not there on any contract. She's not there because she has to be. She's not there because she's no other way to get back here. She's there because she chooses to. And I knew the outcome of what I was about to say. I said, look, you can come back with me today or come back this week, but if you go back to that club, I'm done. It's a very emotional person, very stubborn person. So I knew the answer was just going to be like nothing. But here's the thing, whether it's a marathon, a relationship, a business, whatever it is, as long as you're alive, as long as there's time on the clock, anything can happen. And as Nicole said to me, if you can love her unconditionally or love yourself unconditionally, I'm not just talking about her, I'm talking to you guys and your problems. If you can love the situation unconditionally, whatever is meant to happen will happen. Nothing will pass you that's not meant to pass you if you stay in the right frame of mind. And the reason why I did that at the risk of losing her is that if I stayed in this mindset much longer, I was going to break. Either fuck my business up, and I have a lot of other things going on here, or snap at her, or just lose the man that I've become, who I kind of like right now. And this is a hard lesson for me to get across to you, because you only ever experience it unless you go through it. There is no business, no job, no person, no amount of money it's worth losing you. You've been in some pretty dark places in your time, Shane, so have I. Like, there's no amount of money that, if someone said to me, I'll give you $10 million, but you're going to go back to that place for a year, I'd go, no fucking way. No fucking way. Like, one, can you even get out of there again? 10, like, so 2, you probably spend that 10 million on like God knows what to not feel like that. No way. But this is also painful reality too, because reality and the truth is painful. If she loved me as much as I love her, or if she loved me as much as she said she did, then choosing that or me there should really be no choice, but is what it is.
Mm.
Now, I'm not saying that's the end of the road. I'm not saying it's us done and dusted. I'm not saying that I'm going to change my mind tomorrow. But if, when, could, should, would we do talk again, I'll open up that dialogue. I mean, you've been engaged before, you've been married before, you've been in love before. Can't just turn that off. But yeah, how I felt leaving that place at 2 a.m. and sitting on the beach in Pattaya. You know what I said to myself, Shane? I don't want to live like this anymore. I only said that a handful of times in my life. And when I say that, like, I don't want to live like this anymore.
Yep. Turning point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, she could message me today, she could message me this week, say understand or make things work, etc. But I mean, that's out of my control. God, give me the strength to change the things that I can, the serenity to accept the things that I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yes.
Fucking hard. But if you mix those three up, it's game over. Trying to change things that you can't change, letting the things that you can control and make better burn to the ground, it's a mess.
Yep.
And that's actually a prayer you say before bedtime, because otherwise you sit there just thinking like, oh, I should have done this, could have, would have, should have. Fuck that. I'll give you guys one last task before I wrap this up. It's supposed to be a meeting in 10 minutes. If you haven't even said those three things that you want, like Shane has done with his new haircut, new goal for a marathon, new look on becoming an independent business owner, it's that simple. I want you to get out a 30-day calendar like I have over here. I do what I teach you guys, where I wrote down how our relationship is going at a distance, and the 30 days is when she comes back. I mean, isn't that crazy? I just wait 30 days and she'll come back, but at what cost? So I wrote loving, good conversation, bad day, had an argument, etc., etc. And at each end, every day after however the day was, you write, would you do today again? Yes or no? And the moment you get 5 no's in a row, or just even rack up 5 no's, what you're doing is not what you want to be doing.
Yep.
But you got to be honest with yourself. Like, you could be in a job that you hate, you can watch TV, you could have sex with your wife that you wanted to leave about 10 years ago, and you could fucking write yes. But in 6 months' time, when whatever reason you started doing that for, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
You no longer need a calendar. A simple yes or no is very easy. Like, I know people, myself included, you want to go on ayahuasca trips, you want to see shamans, you want to go out into the jungle and meditate on a yes or no answer. It's like, just pick it. Why waste time? Like, if you have to go meditate for hours on a decision, you already know the answer. It's the one that you don't want to pick. Short-term pain for long-term gain, short-term pleasure or feeling good for long-term pain. That's really the reality.
Yep.
And like I said, you're the one that has to live it. You're the one that has to feel it. Now, for our kids, yeah, sure. Fucking hell, we're going to feel a lot more pain for them. Or we're going to make a lot more sacrifices for them. Or we're going to be a lot more, quote-unquote, disciplined for them.
Yep.
But for a partner, a friend, a colleague, someone that's lent you money, Life is too short to be unhappy. Life is too short to be miserable. And I mean, here's a good example too. If you have a business partner that frustrates the fuck out of you, if you have a wife that frustrates the fuck out of you, if you have a friend that makes you feel like you're not a good person, just stop trying for a week or two and see what happens. Does your phone ring? They check if you're all right. Do they want to spend time with you? Anything. And you'll see the truth. Because honestly, I still want that outcome. I still want that relationship, but I truly believe this is the best point of call because, I mean, that old lame saying, treat them mean, keep them keen. I'm not really being mean, but the person that I have been, if that didn't get the result, I can't be any better than I was. In fact, I don't have the strength in me to be better or even continue what I was doing. So when I stop talking, when I stop communicating, when I create space, when she sees the truth, when she sees the reality and still can't decide,
Yep.
it's the best thing you could have done for yourself.
Yep.
So that's it, man.